Used over and over again. It's called the witnessing process, learning to watch yourself. How do we pause? All right, now, I know it sounds like a simple, silly question, but do you know how to pause? Or do things get you in trouble in terms of when you're in a situation, are you able to stop and say, before I give an answer, I'm going to think about it? It takes time to learn that because in some cases it's easy, in some cases it isn't. And if you could learn to pause, could you even stop yourself and say, geez, I'm ponder. I wonder what's going on in that brain of mine, and then learn to process it. Now, there are a bunch of you in here already, I can tell, that are verbal processors. You're like me. You think out loud. Your brain goes very fast, and there's a lot of ideas that are in your head. Having somebody to mirror, like a coach, is a very powerful thing. But a coach can also do this. They can mirror in your language. So if I know you're visual, I'm going to mirror back to you in metaphors. How do I know? I listen. If you say words like, I see what you're saying, or that felt good, or we listen very carefully. I can mirror back to you in the language that you watch and listen to your world. Now, when I do that, I give you the ability to take what's in here and put it in some format, whether it's written or auditory or whatever it is. So pausing is not easy for us, and that's what a coach naturally does when they stop and they say, may I have permission to share with you what I just heard you say? That allows the ADHD person to stop. It's very powerful. It's so simple. Now, the reason I say that even if you're not a coach, you could learn that, when you learn to do that and your spouse or friend learns to do it, you are creating natural pauses all around you. I got so many people mirroring now, I'm making myself crazy, okay? But my kids do it, my wife does it, and life has gotten better. Now, it doesn't work all the time, and they don't do it, but it's increased dramatically because I explained to them I needed it, and here's what they told me. Not only does it help me, it helps them. Why? Because when I mirror to you, I get greater clarification. I get, you know, here's what we all do. We all assume that what the person in front of us is assuming the same thing we are. We all have different perceptions. And you may think that that person is thinking exactly, and I've seen this happen so many times in coaching, I know what that person is thinking. And then I ask them, and I mirror back to them, they weren't thinking anything that I was. And can you imagine, we live our lives like this. We think we know what the other person is saying or doing, and we don't. And what I want you to get